What up, Bucs fans, NFL fans, and gambling fans? Welcome back to Pewter Picks and Props, the official Bucs gambling show brought to you by PewterReport.com. I am your host, Matt Matera, and Pewter Picks and Props is brought to you by Splash Sports. Join over 2.5 million people playing on the Splash Sports app, the home for Survivor, Pick'em, and QuickPicks. Whether you want to create your own contest with friends or take a shot at life-changing prize pools, Splash Sports has got you covered. It's also a weekend kickoff boost, folks. Download the Splash Sports app with the QR code on the screen and check the boost that you can get by playing Splash Sports. Turn $20 into $1,000 with the best multipliers in daily fantasy sports. You can use it on QuickPicks for college football taking place Saturday, all the NFL games on Sunday, or the Bucs at Lions game on Monday Night Football, a primetime matchup that we are super excited about. So download the Splash Sports app today. And it should be a fun one on Monday Night Football between the Bucs and the Lions. I am expecting absolute fireworks when the Bucs head to Detroit. These are two teams that have played each other a lot of times over the past couple of seasons. They know each other well, but based on who's going to be available in this game, I think it's going to be very high scoring because of it. So I think you could see where I'm going with that one. Before we look at the spread, the over-under, and all the player props, let's take a quick look at my records overall on the season. I'm still flawless when it comes to picking the spread and the over-under with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 10-2 right there. But I have taken a little bit of a slide when it comes to Bucs player props. Last week was a different story. I had a good amount with Emeka Egbuka. He got injured. When players get injured, they don't hit their player props. Still hit Baker Mayfield, though, and did a pretty good job with the 49ers player props. So I'm sliding right now with the Bucs player props, but I have a winning bet with the overall prop bets and my NFL picks, 22-16, not too bad right there. And that's the beauty of Pewter Picks and Props, folks. That's the beauty right there is if you think my picks suck and you don't like them and I keep losing, just fade me. Go against with what I'm picking. If you believe I'm going to turn it around or if you agree with my picks, then ride with me. So you're either with me or against me. If you're against me and I'm on a slide, you're going to win money. If you're with me and I'm getting hot like I was a couple of weeks ago, then you're going to win money that way. So that's the beauty of gambling. You don't always have to ride with someone. You can go the other way. It's completely up to you. So let's take a look at this matchup between the Bucs and the Detroit Lions. It's Bucs plus 5.5. I like the 5.5. The Bucs are the number one team in the entire NFL. They are tied for the best record in football. And you have them going on the road against the Detroit Lions team that is completely banged up in the secondary. They're missing their top two starting corners, their backup corner, and one of their top defensive backs, safety Brian Branch, is suspended for the game because he's just smacking players after the games. You can't do that. His suspension was upheld, so he's not going to be available. You look at Tampa Bay, their defense hasn't traveled as much overall, which is why I like the over at 52.5. And you're also getting the return of Mike Evans. It sucks that there's going to be no Emeka Egbuka. It sucks that there's no Chris Godwin Jr. But when you have Mike Evans, the defense dictates a lot of different things that Detroit is going to want to do. Mike can take the top off. You can hit him deep with Baker Mayfield, who's playing at an MVP level. Or if they're going to game plan for Mike, which the Lions should, that opens up everything underneath for Johnson & Johnson, Tez and Cameron, and of course Sterling Shepard puts in some work as well. And with the way of the Bucs, it's great that they're going to have a lot of their defensive players back. It looks like Zion McCollum is returning, Benjamin Morrison as well. But Todd Bowles likes to play kind of offset on defense. He likes everything back, and that allows for yards to be gained down the field. It's going to be on Tampa Bay to get the job done in the red zone. So I have no doubts that with Baker Mayfield absolutely balling out that the way he has been, mixed in with a better running game for Tampa Bay, I see the Bucs scoring at least 30 points. I see the Bucs winning this game, to be honest with you. But when you get 5.5 points, you got to take that number. And with their ability to score 30 points, Detroit's got a great offense as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff at quarterback, Jameson Williams as well can take the top off of a defense. I see this as a very high-scoring game. My prediction on pewterreport.com, which you can check out, I have the Bucs winning 31-23. I'll take the points, and I like the over of 52.5. The over is hit in every single Bucs game since week 3. I'm going to keep riding that train. There's no reason to get off of it. What I will say, though, is because of the time of when this is being filmed and what odds are coming out, because Mike Evans, who didn't practice on Friday, even though he's going to be back, because it's kind of up in the air with Mike Evans a little bit, they don't have a lot of receiving props for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You can't find any right now on Cameron Johnson or Tez Johnson, depending on when you're watching the show. Same with Sterling Shepard. So as much as I want to do some Mike Evans prop bets, I unfortunately can't. But don't worry, Bucs fans. I will be putting in some Mike Evans prop bets next week. And this isn't officially on the list, but if you want to do a Mike Evans anytime touchdown prop, be my guest and absolutely go for it. Moving over to the Bucs and Lions player props. Again, I always keep it more Bucs heavy than who the opponent is because that's who we're here to talk about. My first one is Baker Mayfield over 245.5 passing yards. This has everything to do with what I was talking about with a banged up defensive secondary for the Detroit Lions. Also, the Bucs offensive line has done a good job of protecting Baker Mayfield. So you give him some time, he'll find Mike, he'll find the Johnsons. Kate Otten as well has gotten involved more, the starting tight end of this team. Baker's playing at an MVP level. He's in prime time. That brings extra juices. That brings extra yards for the Bucs starting quarterback. I think it's going to be a high-flying affair on both sides for quarterbacks for each team. That's why I also like Jared Goff over 259.5 passing yards. I mean, last week, Mac Jones had over 200 yards in the first half. Just imagine what Jared Goff is going to do. I think the Bucs are going to blitz Jared Goff heavy. We saw them get to him last season in this matchup, and it was one of Jared Goff's worst games. So I think revenge is on the mind a little bit. You also have to factor in the Lions are coming off of a loss. They haven't lost 2 games in a row in like 2 or 3 seasons. So they're going to be ready to go for this one. I expect a good enough game for Jared Goff to get over 259.5 passing yards. Going back to Baker Mayfield, taking over 1.5 passing touchdowns. This is just like having a direct deposit when you get your paycheck every other weekend. You just dial in, go to whatever app you use, the Hard Rock Bet, whatever. Just put in Baker Mayfield over 1.5 touchdowns, and boop, that's money in your account. Every single time you bet on this, it hits. There's only been 1 game this season where Baker Mayfield did not throw for at least 2 passing touchdowns. It's as automatic as it can be in the world of gambling. Your direct deposit is Baker Mayfield over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Now, I got to talk about Rachaad White a little bit because Rachaad White is starting to get it rolling in the running game since he's become the main priority running back on this team with Bucky Irving out. Was kind of stalled a little bit when it comes to against Seattle, but then was able to break out against the San Francisco 49ers. I think the trend is going to continue despite the fact that Detroit is 11th best in the league in stopping the run, and they are getting Aleem McNeil back, one of their talented defensive tackles. He's coming off of IR, but McNeil's going to have to knock off the rust a little bit. Josh Broussard has shown he's willing to throw to set up the run. And if that's the case, you're going to have a lot of DBs on the field that'll open up better boxes for Rachaad White. I also have him over 14.5 rushing attempts. I know it says 4.5. I apologize. It's 14.5 rushing attempts because if the Bucs have a lead, they're going to want to salt the game away, which they are very capable of doing so. Rachaad White is going to be toting the rock. They've shown that they don't want to go to Sean Tucker a lot for whatever reason. I don't necessarily agree with it with Josh Broussard and what he wants to do, but Josh Broussard's calling a great game as the Bucs offensive coordinator, and Rachaad White has scored 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games. If he's reaching the end zone, why not keep him on the field? So Rachaad White over 14.5 rushing attempts in this game. It could go for a yard and go for 99 yards as long as he is getting the football. And then for the Lions, I have Jahmyr Gibbs under 61.5 rushing yards, just because the Bucs have a top 5 run-stopping defense. The Lions like to mix up the rotation that they have at the running back position. Gibbs is a little bit better. That's why the Bucs are going to be keying in on him a little bit more. And Big Vita Vea played a little bit less snaps last game against the San Francisco 49ers. He's going to be fresher for this one, including an extra day of rest. And that last game last season against Detroit, Vita Vea got injured in that one. If he's able to play this whole game, he's the most important player, or one of the most important players for Tampa Bay, and that'll be slowing down Jahmyr Gibbs running the football. So those are all my player props in Bucs versus Lions. I have a pewter parlay, which is worth plus 140. I'm going back to the well with Baker Mayfield, not doing anything different. It's the over on his passing yards and the over on his passing touchdowns. He's the MVP. It doesn't matter who his receivers are. It doesn't matter if it's Mike, Emeka Egbuka, Chris Godwin Jr., Ryan Miller, Shepard, or the Johnsons. He finds a way. He's going to be toting the rock, letting it sling all over, and he's going to find the end zone at least twice. So it's a little bit of a smaller parlay, but hey, if it hits, that's more money in your account. Moving on, last picks to get to are the picks around the league in the NFL. I got 4 games for you to pick from. I'm going to pick them individually, but then I'm also going to lump them together. And if you do that, the 4 games would be plus 1,174. So we are talking about a colossal payday if this parlay were to hit. Starting up first, Patriots -7 at the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are in disarray. They just fired their coach. And their old coach, Mike Vrabel, who has orchestrated one of the best runs of this team over the last 2 games, is coming in to kick the absolute crap out of him and get some revenge. Patriots might win this game by 30, but I'll take them to win by a touchdown. Saints at the Bears over 46.5. The Bears offense is finally gelling and putting everything together. They found their run game last game on the road against the Commanders in prime time. This time they're home. Ben Johnson's doing great stuff. Caleb Williams looks pretty good. And the Saints are a feisty, scrappy group that aren't that good, but they put up points and they turn the ball over a ton, which leads to a lot of points as well. So I'll take the over of 46.5. Panthers -1 at the New York Football Jets. The Jets are an atrocious embarrassment excuse of a franchise. They absolutely suck. Their quarterback's terrible. Their head coach has no idea what he is doing as a first-year head coach. Why would it be any different for the New York Jets? And Garrett Wilson, their best player, isn't going to be playing. Their running back wants to be traded. Hell, any good player with an ounce of talent on that team wants to be traded, and I don't blame them. So take the Panthers -1. And then last but not least, Commanders at the Cowboys over 54.5. This is an autoplay with the Cowboys. Take the over every single time the Cowboys are playing. Plus, CeeDee Lamb is coming back. Trayvon Diggs apparently is going to be out for this game. It's going to be points on points, more after more. Touchdown after touchdown, a couple field goals in with that crazy kicker. Take the over in that game. And one more time, if you parlay it all together, it's plus 1,174. So 4 games, pick them individually, put them together as well, and get a big-time payout. Hey, one more reminder to download the Splash Sports app, the home for Survivor, Pick'em, and QuickPicks. Get an immediate boost when you sign up for Splash Sports. For all the quick picks that you can do this weekend or on Monday Night Football. You got the QR code right there. Take a picture and download the Splash Sports app, the official sponsor of Pewter Picks and Props. That's going to do it for today's show. If you're not already doing so, folks, please make sure you are following Pewter Report on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are at Pewter Report, and our YouTube channel is Pewter Report TV. Please like and subscribe, And leave a comment below what prop bets you like, what you don't like. If there's any that I didn't get to that you specifically are a fan of, I'd love to see your thoughts and comments about that one as well. I'm Matt Matera from PewterReport.com. Thank you so much to each and every one of you that are watching this show. Can't wait for Bucs at Lions on Monday Night Football. That's it. Let's win some money. Out.